Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So, I have to talk about being specific in what you're wanting in this universe. It's, some people call it the power of manifestation. Um, I I heard someone say that it's the universe giving them gifts. However you want to look at it, you need to be specific in what you are wanting from the universe. Now, I'm not even going to flex. Uh, I was not going to do a recording today. uh, I didn't feel that was any of your business, but Spirit said that it is your business. Because, okay, Spirit, I get it. Because what I'm called to do is bigger than me. That's why you're hearing me right now. And I'm obedient to Spirit because I know Spirit is never going to tell me anything wrong or lead me down the wrong path. Because I've had things go on in my personal life the past few days. Spirit has shown me something really heavy, and I'm still in meditation and research and just a little bit in awe of what I saw. I'm going to be totally honest. But Spirit said that there's importance in people knowing that you need to be specific. What do I mean in being specific in what you're asking the universe for? Best thing I can do is use myself as an example. I used to always say, all I want to do is help people. That's all I want to do. I just want to help people. And the universe and I would always have the question posed to me, how? How do you want to help people? I was like, well, I just, I want to help people live a better life. I want to help people. That's a very general, and I've talked about this before, me wanting that and it being a very general term. So what Spirit did was Spirit allowed me to help people in customer service. I am helping people. I am, or I was. I was helping people. I was helping people have better days, because it's patience in customer service. All depending if you've been in customer service or you've been in retail, you know exactly what I'm saying. Some of the people that you get in customer service, it's like, do you even hear yourself talking to me right now? And in customer service, because people talk to you like you're a damn dog, but they want something from you. Get out of here, bro. Like, come on. But at the same time, we all have to understand we've been that customer where we've been unnecessary to somebody giving us customer service. So it's like, So Spirit gave me that. I was helping people. That was undeniable. I was helping people. Very good at my job. And I'm not going to lie, it bothered me that I was so good at customer service. It bothered me so bad. Because I was like, this isn't what I want to be doing. I'm not even really helping these people. I'm just helping these people with a product. helping these people get their money. I'm just answering some questions. But I would get all the time, you're so nice. Your attitude is so great. Thank you for being patient with me. But don't misunderstand. There are customers in this world. It's like, this lady is a bitch. Always with me, you get what you give. It's always been an energy exchange with me. My patience and my kindness can only give you so much until you keep giving me your ass to kiss, and then I'm going to politely do the same. That was just customer service, It it was my positivity getting tired of their negativity and then meeting that negativity with the same. You know what I'm saying? Am I proud of it all the time? No. But some of the time it changed the tone and the mood of the situation. And I've had people look at me, be like, oh, well, you're rude. And I will say to them, well, you've been rude the whole time, so I figured I'd give you what you're giving me and see how you like it. I've said these things. And I've always been a good employee. Like, I've never gotten fired because my work ethic, my work record, and my kindness and me going above and beyond speaks for me. And everybody gets tired of being pushed around at some point. Do and please understand that. So knowing that, you have to be specific. You're not If you're not specific with spirit in the universe, what's going to happen is you're going to get everything that's in this general comment, because honestly, spirit is just tired of you being so general. You haven't given spirit anywhere specific that you want to go, because everything that you want to do has a different path for you to travel to get there. I wanted, when I started getting specific, when I literally said, I don't like helping people this way. I don't feel like I'm really helping people for the long run. I enjoyed talking to people, spirit. I want to help people by talking to them. But I'm not really, I don't really know if I know how to do that. See, the steps that I was going through, but then at the same time, the blockage I put on myself, but I don't even know if I can do that. Well, if that's something that I want to do, and this is something that I had to learn, and I'm passing this on to you early so you can get out of this blockage, or you cannot even have this blockage. If it's something that you want to do, don't put no but behind that. If there's something that you want, don't put no but behind that. Because that but is going to be seen and heard in spirit. And that's going to be part of your resistance. When I said, I want to help people by talking to them, but I don't know if I'm qualified to do that. I don't have a degree. What spirit was starting to do was giving me opportunities to talk to people. Like, all of a sudden, people were wanting to talk to me about what they had going on in their life. And at first, I didn't know, I wasn't sure in the advice that I was giving them, because I wasn't sure in myself. I had asked for that. And so that was one of the roads that Spirit took me down to see if that's what I had really wanted to do. And the situation, because how I wanted to help someone just by talking to them is still very vague. Talking to them about what? Do I want to... People talk to people and help them with their finances. People talk to people and help them with their personal domestic life, like with their spouse, like relationships. There are people that help people parent and be kids. I wasn't being specific. So Spirit was having me interact and people come and talk to me about wildly general things, because I had left a wildly general statement out there. I had made it specific by I wanted to talk to them with my words to help change their life. But how? It's okay to take time to find out specifically what it is that you're wanting from the universe. What it is it's like Spirit is going, it's an airplane, right? What you want is the airport. You're telling Spirit what you want, and Spirit's on the way to the airport. The universe is coming to you. What you need to do is be specific so you can tell the plane where to land. If you've ever flown, if you've ever taken a bus or you've ridden a train, you know that when it comes to the station, there is a specific spot that it needs to go to. There is a specific door, there is a specific gate that the mode of transportation needs to get to. If you live in an apartment that has assigned spaces, you have an assigned space you need to get to. If you live in a home that has other homes beside it and you have a driveway and you've got an HOA, you've got an assigned area where you can park, where you can place your vehicle, where you can stop the mode of transportation so what's inside can come out. Being specific is the same way. There's nothing wrong with having choices, because Spirit is going to give you choices. But when you give Spirit choices, the result you're going to get is a little bit of all those choices that you've given Spirit. Spirit is going to move in that whole pattern that you gave them. What it is finding and asking yourself exactly how specific do you want to get if you don't know. Now, some people already know super specific what they want to do, what they're wanting, down to the T. They want to have a house on 3.5 acres with a pool, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, with a loft, with half an acre to be able to garden, the rest being grass, but they want a little pond in the back to be able to fish out of every now and then. Very specific, is it not? It creates the image in your mind of what you're wanting. And so that gives the universe and Spirit something to start moving in the direction towards. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to experience some kind of turbulence getting there. Plane, right? If you ever train or bus, you've gone through rain, you've gone through snow. But as a plane, you go through the turbulence. You go through the clouds. There's moments when you can't see clearly out the window. But you have to trust that plane, that Spirit is going to get you to your destination. You just got to tell it what door to get to because it's there already. And the turbulence is to make sure that what you're asking for, is that really what you want? Because what you're going to get are options to turn away, to change your mind, to alter what it is that you want. Now, along this journey, let's use the house. Along this journey, you realize that, you don't, the acreage may be a little much, so you want to tone it down. You want 2.5 acres, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, still a pond, you still want that. Because in your journey, once you made the first specific and spirit started heading in that direction of the 4.5 acres, there are going to be things that's going to come along your path that's going to really alter to see if what you're asking for is really what you want. And you're going to get a chance to tweak it. You want that 2 acres, you want your pond to you don't want to fish in it, but you want fish in it. You want a koi pond. You want it to have a water feature. And you want to have a little bridge to go across it. And with these 3 bedrooms and 3 baths, you want actually each of the bedrooms to have a bathroom in it and a half bath for your guests. You see what I'm saying? You realize that, yeah, that is what you want, but you want to tweak it a little bit. You're getting more specific because spirit is starting to move in the direction that you're sending it in. So as you're sending it that way, there are going to, on the way to get your house, spirit is going to give you, you're going to end up coming across a great job. You've worked hard. You know what I'm saying? You've worked hard. You've did whatever you had to do, gotten a promotion, you put in the legwork, you found a better job. Great. Now, there's going to be some turbulence at this job. You may have a couple of supervisors, and one supervisor in particular just may not like you. You're cool at your job, everybody else is straight, but this one supervisor it's like this sumbitch goes out of their way just to piss you off. And it is so annoying to you. You want to cuss them out 8 ways from Sunday, Friday, and Tuesday. You want to cuss them out. But in the midst of all of that, you have to remember what you have in mind. Because spirit is testing right now to see, okay, I want you to have this, because you want this beautiful house, you want this great house. It's more than where you're at, and I dig it. So let me make sure that you're going to be ready for whatever comes with this house by making sure you're fully prepared before you get there for anything that may occur, anything that may happen, just in case scenarios, like on a plane. They tell you all the emergency exits, how to put the little vest on, the little mask that comes down, put it on put the mask on yourself before you can help anybody else. That's what they say on the airplane. When the mask comes down, in case of an emergency, if that mask comes down, put it on yourself before you can help anybody else. In moments of turbulence in your life, spirit is asking you to put that mask on. Because you're going to be fine. But this moment of turbulence is moments of messages, moments of download, moments of revelation. Because in order for you to get what you really want and be able to sustain that, to get what you truly, truly desire, you have to be prepared to keep that. You can want people who have won the lottery and then end up broke. That's not to say they didn't want the money. but they didn't have the right mind frame. They didn't there was no vision plan. They had no specifics on what they wanted to do with the money, or what they wanted past wanting money, that they were able to sustain the money. Because no one understands, Spirit's always going to give you what you want. But sometimes what you want isn't always what you need. Because when you ask for something in the universe, when you want something to manifest, when what you're doing is you're going deep within yourself and you're talking about what's going to make you ultimately happy. What will make you ultimately happy? Now, what you want in the meantime may not be what makes you ultimately happy. You may want to, you need a better job so you can get this nice house, and the job that you're at, you don't really have any problems. It's paying pretty decent, but you want to go ahead and get this house because you want this. You want this. You don't have no problems or qualms where you're at. They absolutely love you there where you're at, but you don't think that that's going to get you where you want to go. So you put your applications and everything out, and you do a sketchy interview with this company, and you move to this company, telling the company that you're leaving, F you, even though you treated me well, because there are companies out there that treat their employees well, believe it or not. They treated you well. You got bonuses. They did shit for y'all. They brought y'all lunches at work and everything. They appreciated y'all as employees. But you wanted to go ahead and just get you want, I'm not even going to say a house, because that's a big thing. We're going to shoot for something smaller, for a car. Let's say you don't have a car. You're at this super paying job, and okay, you want a car. You want a brand new car. So you go to this like I just said, you had the shady interview. You move to this company because you're only looking at the dollar signs. You're not looking at the value of the company. You're looking at the fact that now you're about to get paid $20,000, $30,000 more dollars a year. That is exciting. You will definitely be able to get you a car. You're there at this new company that, the first week kind of made you scrunch your eyebrows a little bit, but your paycheck was nice. So, 2 months. Now, you don't went and hurried on and you got you a brand new car. It isn't exactly the car that you wanted, but you don't have a car, and it'll get you around. And now all of a sudden, a couple months later, that shady company starts doing shady things with your paycheck. It's annoying to you, because now it's the shady things they're doing with your paycheck is starting to affect what you need to do with your car, the insurance. You keep the maintenance up regularly because you're appreciative of the car. You're grateful to have the car. Now, this company all of a sudden says that they need to downsize, and they let you go. The company, the super great company that you left, isn't hiring now. They filled your spot. Now you're looking for a job. You're looking for a job, and now, in order to maintain, make sure that you're able to live and use you're able to do what you need to do, you have to get rid of the car. Now, you feel like you're back at square one. You're back at the line. You ain't even at square one now because you felt like you were at square one at the job that was treating you well. What it is a matter of specifics. You wanted a new car. It's two things actually. It's a matter of specifics and it's a matter of moving with your intuition and not moving in what you want. Because those all play a factor. If there's a job that you're at that, like in this situation, it's paying you good, it's doing everything, now you want a new car. What kind of car do you want? There's nothing wrong with, you want this, you want a specific kind of car. And there's nothing wrong with wanting, ultimately, you want a Maserati Ghibli. But right now, you want that Maserati Ghibli whenever you get your house. But right now, you will definitely settle for, like I just seen that some bitch, a Toyota with the sunroof and shit, beautiful, nice, some tinted windows a little bit so it is sunny out, you're not burning up. You'll definitely right now you'll settle for that because you also like that car. That car has features that you like. You've been looking at that. You like the body style. You're like, yeah. Even though that Maserati Ghibli is your ultimate car, you want your next car, your first car, to be this Toyota. You want it to be this Toyota Camry. This beautiful green Toyota Camry. Green, or you'll take blue. This certain shade of blue. Or that rust orange. And preferably, you want the black tires. You want black inside with the sunroof. Navigation. What you've done is you've created a specific. So, and what Spirit is going to do is start moving in the direction of that specific, but you're going to have options. You understand that you're at a job, it pays you well, but you start to think maybe to get this car that you want, you'll, put out some applications and everything. Now, because you've been specific in what you want with the car, and you're out to do that, and you understand that it's just not going to happen overnight, Spirit is going to give you the option of, okay, there's another job available to you. But when you do that interview, and that interview seems a little off, Spirit is going to give you that option on the inside, that feeling of, this is definitely a good paying job, but something about this isn't right. You're going to start paying attention to more things when you start getting more specific in what you want with Spirit. I know that may not make any sense, but that is just what Spirit told me, so I'm just relaying the message. When you're specific, Spirit will get specific with you in the situation. And it's not everything that you're asking for, Spirit is going to give you. It's not everything that you think you're working towards that you want that Spirit is going to give you. Your best interest always lies at the heart of the universe. Always, always, always. Spirit is always going to give you the option of the right path. Spirit is always going to give you a feeling of second thought, of that gut feeling, however you want to call it. So when you got specific with that Camry, you had the opportunity and the option, at an interview, and it feels all right, but they told you, think about it a day or two and get back to them. So when you left the interview, you started doing research more on the company. And then you found out that there was a lawsuit against the company because people were complaining about not getting paid. You opted not to take that job and stay at the job that was just treating you well. It wasn't, when you did the interview, it wasn't paying you as much. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you're not going to get the car, though. You're just going to have to readjust some things and make it work, because you want this Toyota Camry, because it is time for you to have this car that you want. It's not your dream car, but it's the car that you want. You've been working hard. You deserve not to ride the bus or to walk to work or to have to pay for an Uber or to have to rely on somebody else. You've been working hard. You've been keeping your nose to the grind. You've been consistent in your meditation time. You've taken time with yourself, and you're growing within yourself, accepting your flaws and finding out what they are. What happens all of a sudden now is you get called into the boss's office at work. They've been giving out prizes and everything this week at work, and you get called into the boss's office thinking, hey, you don't want a prize too, shit, And then you get told that, there's been an issue. The position that you're working at, they don't need you there anymore. And you're like, what? Because they need you at a better position than the one you were at. That's how that happens. And it may not be just like that, because now in this better position that you have in this company that treats you better, all because you use your discernment and you went with your gut feeling that told you to look something up about that company that you interviewed. So you didn't even go there. You didn't even leave, but you held the resolve that you were going to get this better car. So now you have a promotion at this company that actually treats you pretty good. You don't hate going to work, and now you're making more money. Are you making that 20, 30,000 that other company was going to pay you more a year? No, but now you're making 15,000 more a year than you were making before in your previous position at the same company that was treating you well, giving you bonuses. Everything is an energy. So when you're specific in what you're asking the universe for, when you're sincere in what you're asking the universe for, you are going to get that. But understand there's going to be options to see if you really want it along the way, and there's going to be turbulence. Nothing good comes without some kind of turbulence. That you've heard that saying that the grass ain't greener ain't always greener on the other side. The grass isn't always green on the other side. But you just wanted more grass. You didn't specify how you wanted the grass. If you wanted dead grass, live grass, soft grass, crabgrass, that Kentucky bluegrass. Be specific. Because as general as you are with the universe and what you're asking for, that's as general as you're going to get what you're asking for. Spirit wants to know which way you are directing it to go. You are being backed by a higher power. But along the way, you are chosen for something more. So always know that when you're moving how you're called to move, things are going to fall and manifest or be gifted to you in ways that you can't imagine. And it always isn't going to be what you think you want. But it's always going to be what you need. And it may not feel like it's what you need at the time. But you always have to keep in mind what you're wanting to manifest. And yes, it even happens for people doing horrible shit. It even happens for them because they focus so hard on what they want that they do whatever it takes, and even if that includes hurting people, to make that happen. Yeah, they get what they want, but understand there is a consequence down the line. Karma always comes for the tab. You always are going to have to pay. That tab is always going to be due. Nobody walking this earth ever goes without having to come to the table and pay up with karma. So there are situations where you are going to feel like there is no right decision that can be made. The universe is well aware of this. Moments of turbulence, and that could be turbulence in the outside world, that could be turbulence within yourself. Are you willing to walk away from a situation? Are you willing to stay in the situation because at the end of the day, that one incident is that a defining moment? When things happen, you have to understand that it's for a reason. Like it's when I got specific in exactly how I wanted to help people. And the first thing I said that was very direct in how I wanted to help people was I said I wanted to be a life coach. I said I wanted to be a life coach. When I first said that, it felt so right when I said that. And then came all the buts. Now we've got the turbulence. I didn't realize it was turbulence at the time. I was just seeing it as, well, yeah, that's true. At the time that I was like, I want to be a life coach. That's how I want to help people. I just want to be able to have people want to talk to me about things that's going on in their everyday life and just how can they deal with these things? Because before, for some reason, people were starting to come up to me and just how can they deal with the situation because they felt a certain way. I started listening to the verbiage because I had started making decisions. Because when I decided to be a life coach, I was without a job. I was either without a job or I was having to walk around Moore County doing American greeting cards. That was my job. And I didn't have a car. I didn't have anybody who I knew with a car that could take me to and from work. So I was literally walking miles and miles to do a part-time job. But I wanted more than what I was at. So that's when Spirit saw me putting in the work. Okay, you want to get out of here because you want to help people. You don't know how you want to help people. So let me give you at least some kind of option to get out of here. Let me at least give you an option to getting some kind of money. I'm setting up the American greeting cards at Walmart, at Kroger, at the Food Line, the grocery store, you know? And even though I didn't want to do that, I knew I had to do something because I knew I wasn't going to be able to, I can't talk to people staying there. So I had to leave there. Spirit saw that. I need to leave. I know I can't leave, without having some kind of money. But in the midst of doing this setting up these greeting cards, people would come over looking at greeting cards. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I mean, I'm standing right next to you. You just walked up to me into my area. I'm working there. Hi, how you doing? And then people would just start talking to me. And they would want to know how they're supposed to feel. I remember so vaguely me telling somebody, I can't tell you how to feel because your feelings are your own. Only thing I can do is offer you a good word of advice. That was a pivotal point. Even though I was feeling depressed and I didn't feel worth anything at the time, I felt like my words could be worth something to somebody else. So there were things that I had to go through, and there were little things that, like, resources started opening up for me. I was able to move to Maryland with my cousin. There's all different phases and stages of this. I got specific. So Spirit started letting people get specific with me to see how I would work with that. I got really good, really, really good at listening to people because for some reason I knew questions to ask them. So, and I would tell them, I'm going to have to ask you some questions so I can get more of an understanding of where you're at with this. And it would frustrate the hell out of some people. And there were times, even up till now, where the advice I give people, it will make people mad. And it's not mad because of what I said, but they're mad because of what I said because they know that they needed to hear it, and it's true. Because I started to ask, does what I say make sense? Did that make sense? Because Spirit will have me talk a certain way to certain people, and I didn't understand that at first. I just thought I could relate to everybody. That was one of my drawing features, was that I was able to relate to everybody. So when I go to Maryland and I'm working at Dollar Tree and I'm working, also at TJ Maxx, and it's working. But I'm still talking to people. On my break, I'm still talking to people. After work, I'm still talking and it was just, people would just come up and talk to me. And then I felt like it was still too general. I felt like I wasn't talking to people right. I know that doesn't make sense, but that makes sense. I wasn't talking to people right. And then I had found a mentor that sunk to me on my energy, so that way my energy wasn't fluctuating. And the power of a mentor, I will talk about that at another time, but understand there's specifics. So when you're moving, when you tell the universe specifically what you want, the universe is going to put things in your path for you to get there. And the universe is going to give you trials and tribulations to see if that's what you want. Because how I wanted to talk to people, how I want to talk to people is I said I want to talk to people, just I want people to talk to me in a way that their guards are down, so I can really help them. That's why I didn't finish college. I didn't feel like I could help people like I wanted to help them. I literally said I want to use my experiences and the things that I am learning and I have learned to help people. Because the way that I had felt throughout my life, I do not want other people to feel that way. I don't want people to go as long as I have, thinking the way I have. I want to share what I know because I know it's going to help somebody. So Spirit made sure that growth happened in me, and it made it turbulent. If this is really what you want to do, you're going to have to grow within yourself so you can properly help those that you want to help. Now, everything else that I am manifesting, that I am attracting in this universe on a larger scale, all stems from me being specific on what I want my purpose to be. And my purpose ended up aligning with the purpose that the universe has set for me, and I've been chosen to do because I have found a mentor that helped me hone my frequency in. And we will talk about a mentor later, the power of a mentor. Be specific in what you want. Take the universal plane that is in a holding pattern, flying around the airport that is you. Tell it what gate to land at. Tell it what gate to land at. You want it to land? Cool. It wants to land. Where do you want it to land? What do you want in gate A? What do you want in gate B? What do you want in gate C? What do you want in gate D? What do you want specifically? You want a new pair of shoes? Okay. Spirit is going to get you a new pair of shoes. You're going to get the new pair of shoes and be like, these aren't really the ones I wanted though. But they're a new pair of shoes. What are you complaining for? That's what you asked for, right? See, you can't complain about something you didn't ask for. You want a new pair of all white shoes. So Spirit is going to bring some other shoes around your way to see if you still want the all whites. But you were specific in wanting the all whites. So Spirit is going to make sure that not only you get the all whites, you get the all whites with the details that you're wanting. And you don't have to settle for what you don't want just because it's available. That's part of the turbulence. You're going to get the choice to settle for less than what you asked for, or not some, or some specifically than what you asked for. Like, yeah, you wanted new shoes, but you just got some new shoes because that's what you wanted. But they're not. But once you started wearing those new shoes, and you took them home and you got to really looking at them, you realize that they're not really the shoes that you wanted. Just something to think about. It's okay to tell the universe what you are wanting. Because what you are wanting deep down, the thing that makes you feel, the most positive, the most good, is what the universe wants for you, because it's a ripple in the pond. People are affected by what you want, no matter what it is that you want. People are affected. So be specific, because people are also affected when you're not specific. So, yep. Spirit said I'm done. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I appreciate you very much for listening. If this message isn't for you, or it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay, because I promise you know somebody who it does and it resonates with. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for listening. I thank you for subscribing, liking, hitting the thumbs up, whatever platform you're hearing this on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I thank you. Peace.